Hey everyone, it's Allie, and we have a banger to talk about today. We are discussing quality of life. We have things ranging from mastery respecs to a lot of dungeon changes to a lot of loot changes to a lot of quality of life that you're just going to be really excited for. I can guarantee you that this post is probably going to hype you up more for Last Epoch than any of the other posts combined together, and I'm excited to share all the news with you. Let's get into it. Let's discuss all this because you are going to want these changes and you are going to be super excited for the 17th. First off, ever end up picking a build, liking it, having fun with it, but wishing that you could play one of the other masteries and try another cool build on it? Or did you just simply not have fun with your build and want to play something else but didn't want to relevel? Well, you can now simply just respec your whole mastery, meaning if you want to play all possible Sentinel builds, you level one Sentinel. You don't have to level a Void Knight and a Paladin separately or do any of that. It just cuts down on the amount of total campaign leveling that you have to do. Even if you don't like the campaign, they're actively making it better by changing the dungeons that you have access to while leveling and making them better than they were before. Not only will you be able to use a key to respawn at the start of the boss fight if you fail, meaning you don't have to run the whole dungeon if you just want to simply go again, just saves you a lot of time, and honestly it's a pretty good change. But at the same time, we're getting portal charms, which are going to allow you to consume one to immediately skip to the end of the dungeon without you having to go through the loot. If you just simply want to go to Temporal Sanctum to just LP your item and you don't care about the loot, don't care about anything, and you just want to get the Eternity Cache, use a dungeon charm and basically be able to do that. There's also going to be a scale charm, which instead is going to reward you for doing the dungeon by adding a lot of loot lizards to the rest of the dungeon, make it substantially more worthwhile for you to go and full clear the whole thing. If you want to just go and use the dungeon to level and you like doing the ult leveling strategy where you skip through and use the dungeons to just get all your passive points faster, they're making it even better because there's now going to be a quest attached to each of the dungeons where it's going to give you 2 passive points for doing it, meaning that leveling is only faster. And I'm super excited to go do a guide on how to do ult leveling, as if you don't know how to do the dungeon ult leveling, now is going to be the time to actually go and learn how to do it. Do you get annoyed by constantly having to pick up every single crafting item off the ground? Luckily, at least they get vacuumed up, so you don't have to pick up each one individually. But did you ever just ask yourself what the point of picking them up only to click the automatically store in your crafting material button is every single time? Well, that's just gone. If you pick up any sort of rune, glyph, or crafting shard off the ground, it just immediately goes where it needs to be, meaning you have to do less clicks, you have to do less inventory management, you're just going to have more fun. Speaking of which, that also means that all keys have their own dedicated space, meaning you no longer have to store tabs upon tabs upon tabs of keys in your stash. They're all just going to be with you at all times in your inventory, which is just amazing. Outside of that, a feature which I don't really know how to feel about, although the cool thing I like here more is that they spoiled another really cool change that we literally didn't know about up until now. What they're going to change the game is if you end up dying in a map, all of the loot that was around you is going to be vacuumed up and respawned with you when you revive, which basically means you don't get to miss out any loot. The place where this is going to be very important is specifically on monolith bosses, where as soon as you kill them, all of your loot drops on the ground, and if you're playing Circle of Fortune and have 30 prophecies spawn and proc 200 items on the ground, you basically are kind of forced to sit there and try to pick them up as soon as you can while the Harbinger spawns in and starts murdering you. With this, if you end up accidentally dying to the Harbinger, you don't lose out on your loots, and it's just a nice to have. It's a great feature, and I really like that they're adding this in. The thing that they spoiled with this as well, which I'm more excited about, is that on the death screen, it's now going to tell you what killed you, the damage type that killed you, and it's going to give you an actual number to look at, which is really exciting. Now, this isn't a full death log where it gives you the past 5, 10, 20 instances that happened. Who knows, maybe it is, but at least it's good to know some information about the death that you had so you can go and plan your build accordingly to whatever content you're doing. If you want to go and compare your offhand rings, it was kind of annoying to do because there was no way to compare your offhands. Well, now you can. Great change. If you ever wanted to go and interact with your faction at a low level on an alt, it basically was kind of impossible, as you had to make it all the way up to Majolka to be able to actually go to your respective faction's area. Well, once you join a faction on your main account, all alternative characters, as soon as you get to the first town and select your faction, are now going to have the waypoints in Majolka immediately unlocked, meaning you just go to the auction house and buy some gear on your alt if you need to, or you can go to the Circle of Fortune place and get some prophecies for some reason if you wanted to on your alt. It's honestly a really good change for Merchants Guild specifically, as then you don't have to randomly swap characters and all that. You just get to buy whatever gear you want to on your alt. What I really like about alts as well is that now all monolith progression is going to be shared between your whole account. Previously, if you made an alternative character, you had to re-progress through all the endgame a second time. And what they're going to do now is all of the timelines in the endgame are going to be fully unlocked and ready to go for you. And if you want to get into empowered monoliths on an alt character, you're just going to have to complete one level 90 monolith monolith on that character to get access to endgame. But at the same time, we also just have the ability to swap if you want empowered or not. So I guess this just means to serve as a check to make sure that your character is strong enough for empowered monoliths, I guess. Finally, the last really cool change here that I want to go over is going to be automatic potion drinking. If you ever played a build where you wanted to stay at low life, so you get to benefit from your sanguinus at full value, you may notice that if you are missing life and you walk over a potion on the ground while having full potion, one of your potions automatically gets drunk and then you pick up the one that was on the ground. Well, you can go to your settings now and turn that off, so if you're playing a low life build, your potions don't constantly into you and theoretically make you squishier. Overall, the changes that are coming in season 2 are just amazing. I'm excited for all these. All of these just make the game better in their own separate ways, and yeah, I feel like we're gonna have a really, really fun time. The fun part is that this isn't even all of them. We're also getting the WOZ beta with season 2, which is gonna allow you to play with, well, WOZ if you prefer that over click to move, which is gonna be exciting. It's gonna be fun, and I'm honestly really, really looking forward to it, as honestly, it's the correct move for every RPG to go in the direction of WOZ gameplay. I'm sure there's gonna be quite a lot of other changes that they haven't shown us yet, as this is just meant to be a quick sneak preview at it before we get the patch notes, and I'm excited to see what else is going to be available in the patch notes. If you have any questions or you'd like to discuss any of this further, feel free to leave a comment in the comments below, and I'd be more than happy to discuss any of this with you further. I also stream on Twitch every single day, so feel free to come by Twitch and ask me any questions you might have there, or if you simply want to come by and hang out with other kitties and be a part of our community, I'd be more than happy to see you there as well. With all that said, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I can't wait to see you for the full patch notes released on the 11th, and well, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.